knockers, money in my pocket. Don't call me a money pocket, engine get to rocket. It sound like a thunder rocket, yeah. I still love my baby even when it's toxic. Crazy like she Britney, but no, she don't shade the knock. Russell Wilson way I get low and stay in the pocket. I get paid and do my dance like a touchdown. Yeah, I can't do no trying to leave that gun around. In my teens, we were acting up and running around. Now we're grown, still get to it if it's necessary. On the ground from January to January. Never met nobody who retired when they were young. So I guess I gotta get it to the cemetery. Getting paid just for rapping is fun. I lit up around a month and every February. Told him side, no electric. It's getting hectic. 777. 777. Yeah. Told him slide, no electric. Yeah. It's getting hectic. 777. Yeah. 777. Couple of one in my head just to say they did it. Can't lie, I'm so paranoid and the windows tinted. I own everything around me, you can say it's rented. Not talking phone numbers when I'm talking 7 digits. Earn it by the day, every second minute. Used to pay me none, look, now they pay attention. Everybody say they drip, but I banded it. See them copy all the looks, but I stay switching. Pick up the loot, then hit the bank. Can't never change, still wrote the change. Captain say the pay, this ain't the day. They made me wait, I'm breaking chains. Yeah. Tommy feeling bubbly off the rose. Took a minute, but I got it out the slow way. Friends turn to foes, haters tell them go away. Rappers making shiggy dance like a soul train. Told them slide, no electric. Yeah, it's getting hectic. 777. 777. Yeah. Told them slide, no electric. Yeah, it's getting hectic. 777. Yeah. 777.
see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like
that's a no. Go high, go low. Like spinning in a 644. Cash money like 504. Ball like AD24. No sleep, need more. Pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. Ooh, I'm a real one, my day ones. Try speak up, can't say none. Try dig dirt, there ain't none. I make the money that save up. 10, 80, my save ons. Take to the top on the baseline. New car, race on. Fast lane, pace on. With the booyah, that's a flex. Non-human, I ain't from another planet. I'ma teleport, might vanish. I'ma wake up, do damage. Drawing number 7, he's bored though. Working all night, need more though. I remember nights I was poor though. Pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up.
Personal, I ain't lying, I ain't hiding, I've been grinding, multiplying. I've been trying to get my weight up, staying prayed up, meditating and taking time away. You always posting up pictures, trying to look like you winning. I'm writing rhymes in the kitchen, soaking in moments we live in, yeah. You got the nerve to be on me, faking your life for the IG. If you got my number, don't add me, cause baby, I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. Baby, don't check for me. Taking time out to be. We just building, it's my season, lay foundation, make a name for generations, please and make a, then take a break or a little vacation and chasing blues away. You always posting up pictures, trying to look like you winning, or look like you always be working, soaking the moments you live in, yeah. You got the nerve to be on me, faking your life for the IG. If you got my number, don't add me, cause baby, I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. Baby, don't check for me. Take
rebound, then it's robbing. Tasting with the fade, not the hair, my hands rocking. When I link with ballpoint, you know it's not knocking. I'm not the same. Thinking money made me change, nothing else to blame. Bougie stuck up in my way, singing Gucci gang. Gucci gang, think I'm Gucci Mane. I'm just playing in the cut, I got my Vans on. I'm not selfish, I get on and put my mans on. Always greedy since the day I got my first safe. 5'7", but I'm 6'8" when I stand on the money pals. Need a money counter, I broke my thumb from thumbing down. Wifey on my line, she told me to dumb it down. Mama on my line, asking how I'm dumbing now. I think you only love me cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, then it's robbing. Tasting with the fade, not the hair, my hands rocking. When I link with ballpoint, you know it's not knocking. Get out my way, I'm so unashamed. Throats in my veins, like my 2K green or blue, I'm not into games. Focus on your player's face while I'm stacking change. We throw out what you got on your whole crew late. Every time I drop it, knock you make the screw face. I can't stand to be around people who are two-faced. I can't stand to do some business if you're too late. I beat the beat or defeated. I beat the beat or mistreated. I beat the odds deleted. On top, I'm ODing. No rock star with these leather pants. I'm AC/DCing. When I die, I bet they love me, but hate me when I'm breathing. I think you only love me cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, it's rockin'. Tyson with the fade, not the hair, my hands rockin'. When I link with ballpoint. I think you only love me cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, then it's robbing. Tyson with the fade, not the hair, my hands rockin'. When I link with ballpoint, you know it's not knocking.
What's going on? What's going on? Come on. We're back.
It's not hard to fool me.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah.
Kick it.
I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it.
Oh.
To the edge of it all. So tell your good lies.
How we doing today?
'Cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible now.
Get the likes up. Get the likes up.
So tell your good lies. 'Cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. It's not a problem. No. 'Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. And nothing can stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good lies.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to another one of your favorite episodes. We're going to just get on right into it. Today, it's time to clear out the clutter. Get rid of all the BS. That's what we're going to do today. Clear out the clutter and get rid of the BS. Why? Well, it's just time to do that. Here's what I need you guys to do in the chat room. All I really need from you is to make sure we keep the engagement up. Likes over 50%. That's really all I ask. Likes, dislikes, that's the engagement. If you didn't watch last night's show, it was pretty gum good. Talked about why today's modern women, you want it all, but can you really have it all? And I think it made a pretty compelling case last night that no, you cannot. You cannot. So, but I did, last night I did say something that I didn't go looking for this thing. It kind of found me. But over the last 30, 60 days, high value has been on everybody. It's been everywhere. Now, if you just go look and if you went and Google, what is a high value man? There are articles, videos that are 5 years old, 10 years old. This is not a new concept. However, I have popularized it, especially these days. And many people can disagree with it. But it is what it is. The facts speak for themselves. And regardless of who likes it, who thinks it's relevant or whatever, it's here and it ain't going anywhere. That's the real issue. It is here and it is not going anywhere. So, one of the things I mentioned was, going forward, we're going to be looking at, how to help guys increase their value. Because you can't help where you were born. All a person can do is really decide what they want to do about where they are. Okay? And that's where the whole thing lands. But before we go any further, let's just go ahead and line out the 6 basic principles of high value as I define it. Money. Again, you cannot be high value and homeless. Let's take a step back. What does high value man mean? It means a man that has higher than normal average worth to the group. So don't shoot the messenger if you're a average guy, average job, doing average things. That is not an insult. But it is what it is. Now, one thing that I noticed that this is it's not really a problem in other cultures or other communities or other groups. It tends to be a real issue and amongst Black folk. And wow. I have seen some crazy responses to the point to where I just said, forget it. I ain't gonna listen anymore to this stuff because I know what I mean when I talk about high value, and it's on the screen. High value, starting with $10,000 a month. The 6-figure thing has been with us since 1984, 85, and it's not going anywhere. Better part of 30, almost 40 years. It's not going anywhere. So I've heard, man, you can make $60,000, $70,000 and be a high value guy too. It's all relative. No, it's not relative. Again, they're trying to redefine things to fit our situations. Your situation does not change anything. Just like when I talk to women talking about your bosses, queens, and divas, all these grandiose titles, narcissism. Well, I don't want to say narcissism, but that is kind of in line with where we are today. People are free to call themselves whatever they want to, and then tend to get upset when reality is a mirror. $10,000 a month, Atlanta dollars, adjust the city. And you need to be making that money for 3 to 5 years. 3 years is starting to scratch the surface because it's about consistency. Can't be a flash in the pan. High value group acceptance. This is a key part. Men and high value men of this status, either see you as a peer or they see you as cut from the same cloth. And this is a big component on actually increasing your value or taking it to the next level. You rarely hear about somebody that's really made it without somebody giving them a break, pulling them up. But see, if you're antisocial, if you don't play well with others, this is going to be a sticking point. Because the next point is the network of high value men and others. It can't just be you're on top and you're like, I'm the boss of my company and everybody's labor. No, other guys have to see you. Other people have to put you up there. It's really about and what it comes right down to is the market, the world, what the world thinks of you. The visibility, position, and income, and then useful and utility. You got to be being used, got to be useful to the group. So here's the thing. The first time I started saying it started catching on, I got a lot of pushback from, from some women, but women have, for the most part, been kind of quiet on the subject. It's just like, well, yeah, obviously, some guys are higher value or worth more than other guys. But where the real problem has been is where men have had with this whole concept. Basically saying, well, you could be a teacher. There are no high value men that are teachers. See, what I hear a lot from people who have an issue with this thing is, one, the resistance to being grouped or classified. I'm sorry, that's anti. And here's the thing, and most of the complaints I've heard are anti. The last time most people have been ranked or categorized is when they left high school. Your grades. You could think you're the smartest person. You could actually be the smartest person, but if you did not do the work, you did not become valedictorian. See, this comes down really to things that are hard for men to accept. That there is a ranking system, you are being judged, and what other people say has a lot to do with your opportunities and options. Now, it's like when I graduated from, like, back when I went to college. When I graduated, there were 3 options. You either went to college, for the people who could go to college and cut it. Only about 10% of people went to college. Everybody didn't go to college. Only the people who had the academics, the grades, scholarships, or could cut it went to college. And the ones who didn't go to college, they just typically went out to the work world. And then the other option was, if you didn't go to college, you didn't go to work, you went to the military. But nowhere in the world did anybody try to equate those 3 things as being the same. Those 3 things as being equal. The facts, the figures, the data, the statistics are out. People who go to college typically earn more money. And men should not be really, I find it interesting that men have a problem with facts, stats, when it comes to this particular issue. So tonight I'm going to talk to the haters, the critics, and the detractors. Because here's what it really comes down to. High value is here and it's going to stay because it's always been here. There are always going to be winners and losers. We live in a capitalistic society. It is about winning and losing. And the losers either do what it takes to win, or they watch the winners raise the trophy. That's it. Al Davis, win, baby. Why are the Patriots beloved and hated? Because they're winners. And it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter if Tom Brady doesn't have this. They did what it takes to win. Life is really simple when it comes right down to it. What do you want? What are you willing to do to get it? No one owes you understanding. At 18 years old, it's responsible. Every man has a shot out here. What are you doing? That's where before high value came along, it was hashtag show your work. So as we get into this, we need to get these likes up, man. We have 1,900 people watching now, about 600 likes. So I'm fascinated with the amount of, well, that's not this or that. First, it goes back and forth. It goes from either high value doesn't matter, or what it really is that ain't high value. And pretty much all of the haters, critics, detractors, positions tend to come down to this. Don't listen to him. I know what I'm talking about. Listen to me. I know better. Okay. This is one of the things you notice is I have not, and I never will go argue with somebody who, because saying something about what I talk about. I have yet to hear anybody really discuss the points I've made. Now, the few people I have listened to, they haven't been talking about what I'm talking about. They'll talk about 1 or 2 points and then go off and make their own points. Which, here's the thing. You, me, everybody is free to your own opinion. You can make up whatever you want to, but the world gets to decide. See, one of the things I talk about college. What if you didn't go to college for science, engineering, technology, or math, a professional degree? You know, back in the day, going to school for marketing, management, things like that. Why did you need a degree to get certain jobs when the skills you really had outside of high school would have sufficed for entry-level work? Why did many companies decide to say we need a bachelor's? Because going to college does a couple of things for you, but one thing more than any, it shows that you can work in a system and complete a task. I know plenty of people who were smart enough to go to college, but were not disciplined enough to stay in the program. They were not disciplined enough. They flunked out. They had a problem with the teacher. They had a problem with this. It was very much, antisocial, not anti-system. How about that? And that's fine. College is not for everybody, but if you don't go, back in the day, there were only so many jobs you had available to you because you could not get in without that degree. And the world has really not changed that much. Becoming an entrepreneur is the latest buzzword of the last 5 years, but you still need to be able to work a system. Now, if I get right down to it, my personal opinion is that the thing with value that guys have issue with is they're not happy with where they rank. I don't know anybody who's happy with their position on the ranking or the org chart that has an issue with it. And if that's the case, well, c'est la vie. Everybody had a shot. Now, here's the funny thing. I want to keep this, because here's the thing. I'm going to open the call line because I want to talk to people who think it doesn't matter. I really do. I want to talk to people who thinks it doesn't matter. But here's the thing. We're not going to do pejorative. First time you decide to go pejorative, you're gone. We're not going to go ad hominem. Don't expect me to sit up here and have to justify and validate or why do you get to, who are you to say, because, like it or not, I am me. You don't get the public decides, the market picks. And apparently a lot of people are vibing with what I'm saying for whatever reason. Like I said, well, it's not new. Never said it was new. But anyway, earlier today, I was in my car. I was in the frat room and I made a video. I was online and, well, you know what? Let's just do it this way. I've heard guys talk about But the guys who have an issue with it tend to think they're the shit. And that's fine. You can think you are the shit. Jerome on Martin thought he was the shit too. Didn't he? Jerome in the house. Jerome in the house. Jerome thought he was the shit. Right? But the world looked at Jerome and said, "You a washed up wannabe pimp." But Jerome thought he was the shit. So I'ma call the haters Romy Romes. Y'all heard me make it up right now. The haters of high value, my Romy Romes. It's like I say, oh, hey chick, buy a dog. Oh, that's the new one. Buy a dog. Woo, woo. Romy Rome. Some Romy Rome. What's going on, man? Well, I'm a player from the Himalayas. Fuck your value. I don't need no value. I'm all the value. You got the high value players. See, you high value college boys thinking you a high value player. Nah, partner, you need to get down here with the streets and vibe with me. You know, get down here with the hips, lips, and honey dips. Get that game straight, you know what I mean? That's what it's down, man. Oh, yeah. Because that's how crazy it sounds. Oh, man, you don't need no value. All you need is a mouthpiece. And some game. All you need is a mouthpiece and some game. And you can make it happen, Captain. Can you take that mouthpiece and game to the Jewish community and work with anybody? Oh, but see, why you want to go over there with them people? You're trying to be white. That's what's wrong with y'all. You're always trying to deal with the white standard. I said there's only one standard, and it's excellence. But the problem with this whole argument is ain't nobody ever tried to say nothing about this shit. It was not this, I'm high value and these guys are high value and you ain't shit. They try to make it a damn competition, and I'm sorry. So tonight we're going to talk about Romy Rome, because he's a player from the Himalayas, and I got my value. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Hell no, no, to the no, no. Hell to the no, no, to the no, 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 no. To the no, no, to the no, no, no. Night like this, I wish my value would raise. Seriously, I've heard poor people talking crazy, like all of a sudden, oh, who does he think he is? Have you ever heard me saying these guys are the shit and these guys here aren't anything? A bunch of projection, a bunch of poor, bad, in malafide arguments. Some straight out just damn lying about things that I said. So, since we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it. If you don't think value is a big deal, all right, cool. How is that working in your life? I say there's only one standard, and it's excellence. So, high value is about improving your value. What's the opposite of that? Decreasing your worth? What are we talking about here? What we're talking about is ultimately where men rank. And this is about ego. It's about a lot of things, but it's really not about the argument. Because I don't see anybody else arguing this concept. It's pretty well settled. I don't see generals arguing with privates and privates arguing with generals. Generals have a rank. They have a higher value. Privates say, yes, follow the order. I don't hear privates talking about, he a man just like me. He put his pants on just like me. Winners, losers, systems. That's why one of the critical components of high value is network and utility. Anti tends not to work well with others. But that's the thing. Last part, just so we're clear. You have never heard me saying, you got to be this or you ain't nothing. I have championed blue collar guys more than anybody. First off, you watch my content, you already know this. So when you hear people talking about me, if they're not saying what I say, I look at them with the side eye. Because honestly, I can tell a lot of these guys talk about me. They don't watch anything I say. And here's the thing. Personally, I don't know any of you. We have never met outside of YouTube. We would likely not interact in the real world. Wish you all the best. Enjoy your world. But I like where I'm at in life and I like where I'm going. I am nowhere close to where I want to be. But like I said on my Instagram, when I was in New York City and I actually went around Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, and saw how some of those executive offices were, the CEO, when you see how the Jamie Dimon's office is, you look at your office, you're like, oh, that's the difference. You can live in Manhattan and be making a crap ton of money. Then you go out to the Hamptons and you see what generational wealth looks like. See, I accept the fact that if you want more, you got to do more. You can't wish upon a star. There's no free money. You have to show your work and you got to work your butt off. And the harder you work, the luckier you get. And if you don't want to do the work, then that's fine. But to try to act as though the reward should be the same in a capitalistic country blows my mind. So again, the delusion sounds like it can be on both sides, but it ain't going nowhere. Now, there have been women who've had a problem with this whole high value thing too. There have been women who've had a problem too. And what I've seen more from the women is finally we've clarified an argument to where a lot of these women will accept, and then they start to realize they want more than they can get. That's where I've seen an argument with a lot of women. They want stay-at-home wife, 2 to 3 kids, live in the suburbs, kids go to college, be able to travel. Well, the woman yesterday wanted to be able to travel to Italy and Africa, and you living at home with your grandma and your mama making $50,000 up from 36, talking about you could make 200,000, but you want a man making $500,000, and you are 6 at best. See, women often women are always ranking themselves. If you've ever had an attractive or beautiful woman on your arm, you see how other women look at her, and they're sizing her up, and they're trying to see what she has that I don't have. Women understand value innately, personal value. This is one thing that a lot of guys could learn from women, assessing personal value. Women are the more social of us, so they understand social cues. Guys, this is where a lot of guys just fall behind. You really believe your own press. And here's the thing: next week as we continue this IV movement, the IV movement, increase your value. IV #IV. And when on the woman's side, we're talking about increase your value, fit, feminine, friendly, in addition to being feminine, beautiful, inspirational, fit, feminine, and friendly, as pretty as possible. Those are 3 things that help you increase your value. Men, increasing your value, confident, intelligent, and assertive, #showing your work. And there's going to be other components as well, because that's where the rubber meets the road, in my opinion. More people are upset with where they rank because they don't see how they can increase their value. Better to say that. Better to say, I'm not comfortable with where I rank, but I want to know how I can increase my value. How can I increase my number? Every one of us has a number on top of our head. If you go back to some of those retirement commercials, and when they said your people are walking around with their nest egg on top of their head, we all got a number on us. And if you've ever worked in corporate America, you know that the bottom 5% every year gets cut. There is a number somewhere on the org chart. And if you don't know what I'm talking about and you're over 35, see, this is not a conversation necessarily for younger guys. This is a conversation generally for guys who are over 35. Generally people who are over 35 are where they are. For the most part, over 35, you are where you are and you are there. So if you're not happy or comfortable where you are, that mirror and you got to have a conversation, because no one made you stay where you are. Choose to go to college, not to go to college. Live in the same city, do the same things. And that's what this show has done a lot about. When I tell people, get some therapy, make some choices. So let's get on into it. Rome. Let me read some of these super chats. Oh yeah, I told you guys I was going to get the iPad. Bobby Digital said, have a good day. Counselor Murray, shout out. Black Ocean always in the house. Jupiter Black, got to get my popcorn, sir. This should be fun. It should be. Ricky Cam, Mig. Shout out to Corey for being a new member. Tony Vaughn, Soul Tiger. Can't pronounce your name. Olu, what's going on? Lord Mayor, get the likes up. Justin Winfrey says, as Neely Fuller Jr. would say, the white supremacist determines what a person of color value is. Now, Neely Fuller can say what they want to, but black people can determine their value as well. See, when you can say, I have a problem with that off the rip, because that's implying that basically you have no agency. And isn't it some of the same arguments that guys get upset with women? Delusional thinking, no agency, no accountability. I get what you're saying. It's the system of white supremacy, but you're basically saying what? You don't have any choices? You cannot raise? And see, the biggest part of the value is not the money. The money is the least important. Money is the least important of all six. The usefulness and the ability to work, the social things are the most important things. Let's go ahead and do this again. See, most people get stuck on the money, and that's the least important. It's the broadest measure and the least important. The money and length of time, that's just to weed folks out. Make sure you got skin in the game. But usefulness, your ability to work well with others, collaborate, build, improve, it increases your value to the market, to the group, to other people. And it is in those areas where my gut will tell me that many of my detractors or people who have an issue with the argument need the most improvement. Full stop. If you know you don't work well with others, don't like other people, are walled off, guarded, whatever, your IQ can be through the roof, but your EQ is well, I'm sorry. This world is run by failures and losers. This world is run by C and D students, not A students. The geniuses don't run stuff. C students, D students run the world, run a lot of stuff, and F students own a lot of stuff. Let's get into it. All right, because we're going to open this thing up. We got to get the donations up, though. We got 2,700 folks in here. We got 2,700 people in here. And white supremacy is like, I want you guys to knock off this white supremacy. Look, man, go do it on a different channel. Over here, we talk about being the best version of yourself. Competitive men don't make these arguments. So that's the thing I'm talking about. I said it when I had the pink pill over here. Look, you guys shouldn't have any problem with some of the things this woman is saying. Competitive men don't have any real issues because you're competitive. If you're competitive and working to maintain your competitive edge, then what's the issue? Those guys don't have issues like this, not with reality, because they're always pushing against contentedness, against getting lax. Winners win, losers whine. Where are we going to go with this, guys? Because you get to determine the amount of work you're willing to do to improve your value. See, that's all you can control. You cannot overall control your value. You can control what you're willing to do to improve it. You can call yourself, I can call myself, but the market gets to decide. So, again, let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, yeah, having a good night. This iPad is kind of dope. This iPad is kind of dope. We're going to go ahead and switch to the next thing, guys. Well, we don't even have the lights up, man. Let's go ahead and switch to the next thing and open the call line. When you call in, here's what I need you to do. I need you to make sure the background noise is off. Take me off speakerphone. You cannot be on speakerphone. We get background noise. YouTube needs to be shut down. You don't need to be looking in the chat room. I should not have to say this over and over. The only thing I ask is this. I will allow you to speak, but you cannot talk over me. A respectful back and forth. Here's the thing. I want to hear, ladies, what's your issue with value? Because ladies have an issue with value too. What a lot of women, let me talk about that real quick. 3 minutes and we'll open this. The problem a lot of women have with high value men is because they got power. They got power and influence. And a lot of women have problems with men like this because what do you hear? These guys are abusive. These guys will cheat. Again, so what is it? Do you want productive men? Do you want competitive men? Do you want winning men? Then you can't sit around and turn around and demonize the world. But those are the guys that are going to cheat on you. And those are the guys that are going to abuse you. That's not true. The facts, the figures don't bear that out. Abuse happens more rampantly with economic problems. What women are really saying is, I need to go ahead and disdain the things I cannot have. One of the 48 laws of power, sour grapes, because if you're 300 pounds, I'm a PhD. And you know good and doggone well you can't get the man you want. You need to go ahead and make it sound like it ain't worth having. Oh, when I asked this woman, where's your husband? What? I would never choose to marry. I'm a PhD. That's exactly what she said. That's where it came from. I asked her where your husband is. And her answer to where's your husband? I'm a PhD. High value men. High value men seem to be the bane of some guys and what so many women want, but they're afraid of it because, one, these guys have options. These guys can set standards. These guys have influence. And honestly, if you could snap your fingers and make yourself one as a man, I challenge anybody to say, no, I wouldn't do it. I'd rather take the Gandhi route. You know what I mean when I'm talking about Gandhi. I'd rather take the Mother Teresa route. Nope. All right, knock it off. Let's get into it. We got to get the donations up too, guys. We're going to need at least 10 more people to drop $1 in there. 10 folks to drop $1 in there. We're not opening the call line. Let's go.
Money work.
$10 more. Because I'm not going to argue for nothing. I'm not going to debate for nothing.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
I'm a PhD.
quiero educar.
Shout out J-Dub.
Un lugar para trabajar. Y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el dinero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te la ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work.
Really? One warning. Say something else like that. You're wrong, brother. Don't do that in my chat room, man.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
Hey, Jerome.
Money work.
Look at that right there. Oh my God.
No te hace ser
Look at
feliz.
that, look at that, over there. Oh, yeah. Oh, see, you can get that off the lip, that honey dip. You don't need no value. All you need is a tic tac and some skaters. Yeah.
Money work.
Gonna get a Romy Rome.
Se arregla con dinero.
Hey, shawty.
Money work.
Hey, shawty, how you doing? Ooh, 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 ooh.
What do you think she'd say? Oh, no, 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 no.
Damn, shawty, you don't have to do it like that. I'm just trying to holler at you.
All right. I ain't gonna do her like that. Oh, that was funny though. You gotta admit that was funny. Come on,
Romy Romes, where's the Romes in? The Romes in the house.
No, you guys wanted to talk about the high value stuff. You have your detractor. Think I don't know what I'm talking about? Think it's BS? All right. Well, here's your shot. Let's talk about it. You know? Free smoke. What's the issue with high value? What is the issue with high value in black folks? Let's just go ahead and put it right there. What is the issue with high value in black folk? Because when Apollonia Ponte made a video about it, you know, I want to say she's Spanish, but I guess she would classify either Hispanic or Caucasian. The dating coach, Apollonia Ponte, when she made a video about it, let's go ahead and see it. You know, I didn't read any of the negative stuff in her video. Now, this is a woman who's a dating coach for men. And was she getting drugged for filth by folks? No. Oh, well, nobody cares what she has to say. Great. Yeah, 435,000 subscribers. And a lot of those subscribers are men. Let's see. All right. You're going to need to show your name, too. So, how to become a high-value man. 2 months ago, 135,000 views. What is the high... There we go. What is a high-value man? All right. So, the concept has been around, and I will tell you right now, if you don't like it as a man, I don't know what the counter is going to be, because you have a value. I have a value, and especially in spaces where we're supposed to be able to deal with the truth. The truth is, if you want more options, more opportunities, increasing your value is a great shot. She's not rebranding. Apollonia has 435,000 subscribers. There are several female influencers out there in spaces that talk to me. And here's the thing. The black manosphere, as it were, is a very, very small segment of YouTube. Guys, excellence. It's about excellence. It's about winning. It's about productivity. It's about being competitive. Excellence, productivity, competitive winners. High value, excellence, productivity, competitive winners. Please, someone tell me what the French toast is the problem with this. Because I don't see it. Hello? Hello? Let me mute you. Hello? I am well. Your first name is? What do you got for me?
High value man. I just think that it comes from a woman's standpoint, that she make the distinction between high value and all of this stuff that's going on in YouTube, man. It's like,
Hold on. If I heard you correctly, high value man is from a woman's standpoint?
yes, it is.
Okay,
Certain
well then
men is looking for
hold on then. No. Then tell me where ranking in the military comes from.
come from the general.
But is the military female?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay. So you mean to tell me that men don't rank themselves?
Yeah, certain men's of certain caliber, dude.
No. Certain. Okay. Is there a ranking in the NFL?
But this is not the NFL, though.
No, sir. We're having a conversation, and I'm challenging the point that you said it comes from a woman's standpoint, and I wholeheartedly disagree.
And I'm standing on that.
Well, you can stand on it, and you can be incorrect. But what I'm asking you is to prove that, because I asked you about the military. The military for the longest was okay. The general is a private is valuable as a general.
No.
All right. But go ahead. Cause
okay, nah, man. I'll be just waiting until you get done talking. You know what I mean? I don't want to disrespect your panel.
No, go ahead, because I just want to be clear. I want to be clear on the notion. See, if you're going to put something out there and say it's coming from a woman's standpoint, I need to know what you're talking about. You can't just say something that big.
Nah, we all know what we're talking about.
No, we don't.
There's there's high value that's going on YouTube. It's going high value men versus the Pookies and the Ray Rays and Boss Up.
No, okay, stop right there. You just conflated three different things. You said we all know. No, sir, we don't. When I talked about high value men, that had nothing to do with women. Did you see what I put on the screen?
Right. I see
that
it.
Had nothing. Hold on, James. James, you can't know. But James, that had nothing to do with women.
Yes, it does.
Okay, how?
It has everything to do with women, because women make the distinctions, with certain males.
What does a woman have to do? What does a woman have to do with your income and your resources?
Oh, nothing.
All right.
Nothing.
What does a
Nothing at
woman
all.
have to do with other men saying you are of my same caliber?
That's nothing because
What do women have to do?
you
What
have
do women
something
have
that
to do?
other men
Hold
don't
on,
have
Chief. Hold
though.
on, Chief. What do women have to? So again, I asked you about the 6 points I made, and you basically said it has everything to do, but I just said two things that you said has nothing to do with women.
Yeah, you said the military and basketball.
I just gave you the 6 point. Okay, what are the 6 points I actually lay out as high value? 6 principles
Oh,
or
I don't
six
know your
traits.
6 points.
Well, that's
Oh, I
okay.
don't know your 6 traits. I don't
All
frequent your
right then.
channel
All
too
right then,
much.
sir. Okay. Well, then due respect. Um, I even laid them out in this broadcast. They were on the screen for 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, my bad, man. I was doing something else for 15, 20 minutes.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and run them back down to you, seeing though apparently you're coming at this from a standpoint of not knowing what I'm talking about. And then you conflating high value with Pookie and Ray Ray. And this has nothing to do with Pookie or Ray Ray. High value starts with money. You cannot be high value and homeless. The term six figures has been around since 1984, 85. How old are you?
I'm 30 plus.
30 what?
30
I didn't
plus.
hear. 30 plus?
I said, yeah.
Okay. The amount of money you make, you need to be making that money for 3 to 5 years. 5 years, 3 years, just scratching the surface. Group acceptance, other high value men, other men of that area, that rank, that stratosphere, that group, that fraternity recognize you as one of their own, or that you have the potential to be one of them. Network of other high value men and others. You have a network. You're not just isolated over by yourself. Visibility, meaning your position, your income, your resources, your gravitas is visible to where everybody understands who you are and why it's important. And number 6, utility. Useful. You're useful to other people and the group. Stop calling me. You're useful to other people and the group. None of that has anything to do with women.
Correct. You're correct.
Okay. So that's what I'm talking about when I say high value. What are you talking
Okay.
about?
No, I was just talking about when it comes to high value, everybody has their different meanings of high value. And we know that certain dudes transition with that with women. You know what I'm saying? What
No.
do women think about them? So, but
Oh,
according to you, high value is dealing with being 6 figures for 5 to 10 years. So I definitely get that, man.
all right. So on my platform, I define the things I talk about. I took the word high value man and took the definition for each word. High, greater than normal, greater than the norm, of more importance or worth, value, and then man. And basically, a high value man just says a man that's of greater or more importance to others in the group. That's what high value man is. Now, are women in the group? Sure. But basically, what I heard you say is we all have our own views on high value men.
Yeah, because a high value man, he probably don't make 6 figures. He's sleeping on a couch, but he got the bad woman driving her car every day. He's still thinking he's a high value.
Oh yeah, but
Even
see
Jay-Z
the
talked
thing
about
is,
that.
what you just said is right. He's thinking he's a high value man, but when he goes out into the world, do people look at him and treat him as such?
Yeah, in his community, he considered a high value man in his community, but when he goes to sectors
No,
outside of his
sir.
community,
No,
he's
sir.
not
No,
considered high
no,
value.
sir. In his community. Okay, well, that's the thing. See, that's the thing, though. You say in his community, high value trans.
Yeah,
Hold on. So you
okay.
basically gave me an example of somebody sleeping on the couch with a beautiful woman being a high value. That's not a high value man. And you're saying that this man could walk into his community and people treat him like a high value man, but if he went out of his community, what would he be?
He'll be a low standing man.
All right, but if you drive a Bentley and you're in Buckhead, it's a Bentley. Does it stop being a Bentley when it goes to Bankhead?
Nah, definitely
Value is not determined by geography. See, this is what I need more brothers to start doing. Start using the high value man is not, we just can't make stuff up. Basically, you describe somebody who's just got a beautiful woman, and that's not valuable. Who's that valuable to?
value to itself. Because he got the beautiful woman. He's the Pookie and Ray Ray. He's
Stop.
the guy that's in
You keep going to
in
Pookie and Ray Ray.
some
Stop using.
communities.
Please stop doing Pookie and Ray Ray. Pookie and Ray Ray has no place here. Who is he valuable to?
Okay. He's the valuable to himself.
All
Because
right,
every day he wake up, he think that he's high value.
But the
Nothing
thing
about
is,
money.
hold
nothing
on, man.
about status.
You could think you're the king of England. That doesn't make it true. Value in business.
Who you talk to.
No, sir. That's not. See, in business, what determines value? Who's the determinant of value in business? The marketplace. The market determines value. Not. Do you own a car?
Yes, I do.
Have you ever sold a car?
No, never.
Okay, but you purchased a car.
Yes.
All right. That car.
Not off the lot or anything like that. Not off the lot.
Okay, but regardless, that car had a certain value. There was a certain amount that it should be, that you're not going to be willing to pay more or less than. That's roughly the value. Right?
Right.
All right. So if somebody came and somebody asked you to pay 10 times more than the highest number that it's worth because they said it's the best, do you have to buy it?
No, I don't.
No, because you're the market. You say, no, sir, this car is worth between this and this.
That's correct.
So what I'm getting you to try to understand is you've got this thing twisted about some man and some woman. First off, you've described a guy who's an unproductive, not competitive man.
Oh, he's very productive though. You know, he get up every day and go do whatever he do. It could be right or wrong, but he's productive. He's
well, sir, no, it cannot be right or wrong. No, sir, it cannot be. First off, you described him as laying on somebody's couch.
Yeah, you know, he go back to somebody else's house.
Okay, so we're in outside of the hood. Since you keep trying to make it the hood, we're outside of the hood is the man who's laying on somebody's couch. A high value, productive man, a man to be respected, revered, a standard to achieve, to seek after.
Well, that's according to him if he decided to change his ways. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody go through their little stumbling blocks, man.
No, they don't. First off, no, I don't. But you keep
nobody just don't start off being high value.
No one starts off being high value. Granted, but you keep going back to what he thinks of himself. It doesn't. What he thinks of himself, what you think of yourself, or what I think of myself. Excuse me. Say again.
I said, but what he thinks about himself don't have nothing to do with everybody else, though. That's his thoughts. Whatever he think of himself don't have anything else to do with nobody else, because everybody else don't make some though. He makes himself.
But you just contradicted yourself.
Why should you really care?
Hold on. You just contradict. Hold on, stop. You just contradicted your point though. See, what you think of yourself is irrelevant if it doesn't match up with what the market, the world thinks of you. You can think you're the shit. I use the example of Jerome and Martin. Remember the show Martin?
Yeah, man.
Okay, Jerome thought, of course, but you didn't watch the show, so I use the example. Jerome thought he was the shit, right?
Yeah, he did.
Was he a high value man?
He did pull some bad chicks though, man. He was high value in his mindset, but maybe somebody else was. To me, he was high value, man. That was one of the best characters on the show.
I think we understand each other now. All it takes to be a high value man in your world is to fuck bad chicks.
There we go.
Good luck with that.
Okay.
Links in the description. I'll give you a chance to say what you have to say, and he was respectful. Thank you to the caller. I do think it's kind of unfortunate that you did not watch anything that I've said. All right. But all right. Whew. Hello. If you're gonna get on the show, you're gonna have to get on the show, man. Hello. I am well. Your name is? All right. So what do you have for me on the topic?
I just feel like it's more considered to just say valuable man, or and leave out the high, because I feel like all those terms does not justify someone to be high value.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
So you're saying there's no higher value men? All men are equal?
No, I'm not saying that. I just disagree with the term saying high value man.
So what should it be?
Just leave off the high and just keep valuable man.
Why?
Why not?
No, you have to explain why. I know why.
Well, none of the terms justify them being high value. It just justify them being valuable.
Hold on. No. Are there men that are more valuable than others?
Subjectively, yes.
Not subjectively, in reality.
What does that mean?
A man that's homeless is not as valuable as a cardiac surgeon.
Wait. So the homeless man is less valuable than. No, wait. I'm sorry. Please don't talk over me. I won't talk over you.
Oh, but this is my show. I get to talk over you. You
I
can't talk over.
you.
No. So no. That's not how this works. I'm running the show.
Okay.
You're moving all around.
So this is an argument.
All right. So here's what you're not going to see. I'm not going to play this with you.
So this is an
argument.
I'll
be nice to you.
Okay.
No, it's not going to be an argument. I'll just let you go. Coming in there with all that feelings talk in your mama's house. Guys, understand something. You're not going to come in here with a bunch of emotional talk and think you're going to talk over me. I'm running a show. You're walking around in your junky ass room. Fuck out of here. Let me go ahead and tap you up, homie.
Hello.
Just a second. Who am I speaking with? All right, here we go. So, you participants on entry. All right, so we're going to unmute John first. Go ahead, John. I'm well. What do you got for me?
Weeks ago.
Okay.
Keep doing your thing, man. I think you're doing some really, really positive things, and a lot of guys can really learn from you. So I really appreciate what you're doing.
But what do you have on the topic of high value men? The detractors, the critics, or the haters?
I think that, I agree with your definition. I mean, me, myself, personally, I mean, based on your definition, I wouldn't be considered a high value man. I do make six figures, but, don't have the networking and so on and so forth. So, but
do you desire to be one?
Do I desire to be a high value man? I mean, myself.
Not everybody does.
Yeah, I don't really care because I feel that I'm accomplished.
There you go.
I own a home. I'm married. I got kids.
Mm-hmm.
I drive a nice car. But like I said, I really came on just to big you up, man. I think you're doing great things. So
I appreciate it, fam. Thank you.
All right.
Have a good one. So what you notice about that caller is he doesn't have a problem with the term because he's already competitive and productive. High value is not a have to be. You choose to step into a different level. See, again, what the first caller could not get around, and the second guy who wanted to argue about the notion of whether or not a homeless man and a cardiologist were the same, that's not even an argument. There is a ranking system, and there is value, and it's value to a group. If you're cool by yourself and you're rolling by yourself and it's fine. All right, so here we go. We're not, all right, so you're going to have to turn the YouTube channel, and Mike, go ahead. How are you? What do you have for me on the topic?
Recognize certain arenas, and there's different arenas that you can be in and be considered high value or a top player in that arena. And the high value arena is only meant for certain people, I believe.
Okay. But does it exist?
Oh, yes. Oh, most definitely.
All right.
Most definitely. I think I'm starting to understand. I thought everyone will understand that, though.
I think a lot of people do understand. They just don't like the reality of it.
I mean, if you ain't 6'4", you can't play in the end. You got to get in where you fit in, man. If you can't stand the heat, stay on the porch, man. That's just how I look at it. You got to know where your lane is and do the best you can in your lane. And if you can't elevate, then choose to do that. If you choose to do that, but it's all about work. That's all how I look at it.
All right, man. Let me go ahead and get the other person in here and see what he has to say on it.
Can I?
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Oh, you went out. Just a second. Go ahead, Mike. Unmute yourself. Go ahead.
Steve, man, I just want to know where to send it to.
Send it to info@bykevinsamuels.com. I'm going to put it up on the screen. I'll put it up on the screen at the end of the show. info@bykevinsamuels.com. Got it?
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. Next caller we got up. See, we can have a respectful back and forth. Darn it. I bumped the wrong person out. Shoot. Sorry, caller. You got to come back in. It was wrong one. All right. See, I foolishly thought that everyone understood. I foolishly thought that most people understood that there is a ranking system and there are men that are more valuable and less valuable, because one thing the first caller did have accurate is that women have hypergamy, and that in a free market world, women will consolidate on the highest value man available. This is like RP 101. So if women are hypergamous by nature and they'll consolidate on the highest value man she can, that means the men that are higher value than others. Now it's just, how is that system? What is the ranking? And I will say it again. When I first started talking about this whole thing about high value, I said you don't take it out of 2020. It's cross-cultural. It's cross-generational. Overlay high value on any period in time, and there are going to be men that were higher up than others. It's sort of like classism with more. You may disagree with how the system ranks, but you can't really be upset the fact that there is a system. All right. Unmute yourself. Hello. Black men lost their right to say anything to black women. How you figure that? Dude, you just bounced out. Unmute yourself, Isaiah. All right. Hello. Go ahead. Go ahead. Dan, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right, dude. You're not getting it. Isaiah, you need to unmute yourself. Hello, go ahead. Yes, I can. Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead, man. You've been on. Yeah. All right. Go ahead, man, or I'm going to have to go to the next caller. You've been on saying hello, hello, hello. All right. All right, buddy. Well, put you back in the... Phyllis, your mic is not on. See, to the guys who disagree, you need to come up with a cogent argument as to why you disagree. The second caller was all in the, I feel that it shouldn't be. What he basically said is take high off because what? I said all men are the same? Well, no, but you should take high off and just say value man. What the French toast is that going to do for anything? Are all men this? You mean a cardiologist and a homeless man are the same? Well, it's subjective. That's a feminine argument. I'm sorry, that's a feminine argument, just like the I feel. So yeah, that's where that went. Huh. I know, right? It's not looking good for the detractors, but let's go. We can still talk about it. I think it's a good conversation to have. I think it's a good conversation to have to clear things up. You guys with your cameras on, and I don't know who this is, person G's phone. Go ahead. Unmute yourself. Hey, AB, unmute yourself. Andre, unmute yourself. Hello? Yes. I am well. What do you got for me on the topic?
Moved out my mom's house. I'm in school. I'm doing the right things. But the issue of me is staying focused as a high value man. You know, I get these distractions, certain women that are, I wouldn't even consider them adjustable 6, but they're coming my way. But then there's 8s, and then I'm trying to stay focused, but
how old are you?
Stay focused.
How old are you?
29.
You said you just moved out of your parents' home?
Yeah, I just did. I got my nursing degree.
Okay.
And
all right.
I got my nursing degree. You know, I got my own car. I'm doing good right now.
Are you familiar with how I define high value?
Yes.
Well, honestly, it sounds like you may be doing well, but I'm not hearing the things that are kind of lining up with what high value is.
Oh, basically, you know.
But all right, if you just moved out of your parents' home, that I mean, why that doesn't show that you had your own space or you're own financially stable. But moving on, bottom line, man, this is more how to increase your value. That's what your question is.
Okay.
See, that's why I think a lot of guys just throw themselves into the pot of high value, and if everybody fits, it's not worth anything. It's not special. It's not rare. And I'm hearing guys just throw everything in here, and you can't be 29 just moving out of your parents' house and saying I'm high value. That doesn't compute to most people. Most people are like, no, sir.
Well, I started a real estate business. I
get it, sir. But most people would not classify a man who just moved out of his parents' house like high value.
Okay.
That's just how that's how the world looks at it. You know that. I mean, you know that, right?
You're right.
All right. So to say I'm high value is going against what you know to be true for everybody else other than you.
You know what it is? I just compare myself to the people around me. That's probably why.
And again, but that's not really the subject. I was trying to find the people who disagree.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. How do you stay focused? You need to place women on the back burner. That's how you stay focused. Women are a distraction when you're trying to get your value up. Go ahead, Quentin, unmute yourself. Hello. I'm good. What do you got for me on the subject?
A lot of things that you're saying represent a high status male, but not necessarily high value. So
what is a high value male?
You gave your 6 things: utility, network, income.
I know what I say. I'm asking you what you say.
I think so. When you say a high value male is somebody that's rare, or if that's the definition for value, then I consider a person that is in a position that is rare to be high value. So for me, for example, I'm a school teacher. In this particular arena, I am extremely valuable. So because it's not that many Black male teachers in the school system. So
okay, Quentin, what subject do you teach?
Science and technology.
All right. Are you at a public school?
Yes.
If you taught at the university level, would you make more money?
It depends on it. I could, but it's not a guarantee. No.
All right. So, okay. Let me use a different example. You've not said what your definition of high value man. You said mine is a high status male. Then what makes a high value man? I know my definition. You haven't given yours.
I think it's being in a position where you are valuable and you're rare.
Okay,
So,
okay, hold on now. Being valuable and move rare to the side because rare just means in limited supply.
yes,
But
that's
hold on,
valuable
being
word.
valuable. A janitor is valuable. A trash man is valuable.
Okay, I see what you're doing. Okay, can I just say this too, Kev? I think that also seriously, men. I'm in the manosphere. I listen to you guys all the time.
Okay, I don't want to talk about the manosphere. I want to talk about this
Okay,
topic right here. You
yeah, but
said that I said a
ultimately,
high
like men
status
in this
man.
space.
Hold on. You said that what I said is a high status man, but you still haven't. You're basically saying that men who are valuable are high value.
No, I'm saying that men that are valuable and rare are high value.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Rare means what? How
Well,
many
that
out
was
of
the
100?
definition you gave on your like 15-minute video.
No.
High
I'm
value
asking
men.
you, not me. I'm asking you. Okay,
Mm.
look. You haven't defined what you're saying. You basically say, I think you're wrong, but you haven't told me why what you're saying is right.
Oh, I mean, that's my thing is at the end of the day, I'm telling you what a high value male is. I just
No,
don't
you
think you're
haven't.
accepting it.
Because I don't know what, okay, if you think you're telling me, I'm not hearing it. You said a
Okay.
man who is valuable and rare. And you basically said a teacher is valuable. And I said, so is a janitor and a trash man, but they're not high value.
Okay, well, in this particular example of a teacher, I'm just giving a distinction based on what it is that you said. So, like I said, ultimately, when we talk about value here, like you said, the first caller made a point that was basically sexual marketplace value. And I think that what you're talking about is relationship marketplace value.
No, I'm not.
I
Everything
think
that
so
I've like,
because of,
no, I'm not. Everything I laid out had nothing to do with women. It had everything to do
it
with,
does because you
okay,
see,
okay. It was women weren't primary. Women, here's the thing. You guys act like just because women are a part of something that they are dominate something. Women are a part of the value package. They're not the end goal.
well, I felt like that was a dangling carrot. Ladies, y'all want a high value
Well, but the
male.
thing is, that's your
You,
problem. Okay, sir, that's not what I say. See,
you do
women
say
want
that, Kev.
hold on. Let me be real clear because this happens often. You guys conflate things. Women want what they want. High value men are high value men because they want to be high value men. Women are just an accessory, something that comes along if they want it.
Right, right. Yeah, but I'm saying that this is what you are saying. You said you want the compliance of from women that high value men get, but you're not going to get that compliance from
Okay,
women
man.
that
Okay,
you high
okay.
value.
So again, you're trying to say what I say, and I know what I say very well. Please tell me what a high value man is. You said a man who is valuable and
Okay,
rare.
okay. So in terms of sexual marketplace value, a high value man is a man that puts that it really
Not
is
in terms of sexual marketplace value,
well,
just
that's
in terms of the world.
in terms of the world, it depends on once again group acceptance. So, but group acceptance doesn't necessarily translate to world acceptance. You play rugby in another country. We don't do rugby here. We
But
don't know who you
you're
are. You
still
have
not giving
value
me the
there.
definition. Okay, now you're taking apart what I'm saying, but you're not putting together what you're saying.
Well, I'm a detractor, Kev. I'm not
But
here
you
to.
but it's not a good. Okay, but being a detractor, you need to have something that counters it. You're just saying I don't like what you're saying. That's fine, but you're not saying anything better.
Yeah, it's not my platform. In order for me to say something better, I need
So
time to
who are
do
some
it.
high? So are you a high value man?
No, I'm not high value based on your definition.
No,
No.
but then based on your definition.
Oh, absolutely,
All right,
absolutely.
all right.
And things that I look at that I would say
Would
makes
the
me
world classify
valuable.
you as a high value? With what city are you in? Chicago? Did you say Chicago?
No, I'm in right now I'm traveling the country with my family, so I'm in California.
But so in LA or San Francisco, would the population of LA, if they pulled all the, are you classified as a high value man outside of your home?
No, okay. Look, we sold our home in Georgia, and we traveled
outside of the home as a global concept.
Exactly.
But also, I think you guys are very confused on the things I'm saying. A high value man has sexual marketplace value. That's a part of it. A high value man is a valuable man that's useful to himself, others, and a group.
Well, but here we're talking about relationships, though. This is what the channel is about.
It's not just about Okay, man. Here's the thing. I'm not going to go back and forth with what I'm talking about on my platform. You said a man is high value because he's valuable and rare. You've still not defined what valuable is. You basically said because you're a teacher. And no, I'm sorry. Okay. Do you say just what you first said? I will consider. Okay. You may be valuable and you may be rare because there are not many black men that are teachers, but I'm sorry. Teachers have never been high value men.
Once again, like I said, based on how you and with the 100,000.
It has nothing to do with just me, sir. Nobody. If teachers were high value men, the world would be upside. Okay. When have teachers ever been considered high value? They're valuable and useful.
They have been considered high value on a college campus, on a school campus. So when you look at a guy like
you're
Jordan
not
Peterson,
that.
You don't know what my thoughts influence, Kev. You making a
all
statement.
right, man. I'm not gonna argue with you. I just asked you, are you all right, man. Have a nice day. A detractor is not an argument, man. You have not made your argument. You're trying to take apart what I'm saying and not put together what you're saying.
This is not my platform. I'm just
all right. Well, I will get on with my platform. Have a good day.
All right. Have a great day.
All right. Whew. See, what we're starting to see is a lot of stuff. I just don't like what you say. Okay. What's a better argument? What's a better position? Something you ain't said? Not looking too good. I mean, I'm trying to give people a chance. A detractor doesn't mean I'm gonna just throw stones at it. See, what I don't know if you guys are hearing it, but I will say it at the end. I don't know if you guys are hearing, but I'm hearing a through line here. Christopher, unmute yourself. Hello. Yes. All right. Are you a detractor? If you're not a detractor on this subject, this is not the day for it. Yeah, man, this is detractors and haters, man. I appreciate the people who like me, but this is not the day for it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Now, when you say high value, man, I'm not completely in disagreement with you, because I listen to you a lot, brother, and I really respect a lot of things that you do. You know, I actually made a comment. I said you like my
all right. I got all respect, man. I got more people here. The thing is about high value men, critics, detractors, or haters. Do you disagree with the concept? Do you have an issue with the concept?
Okay, I can say I'm a critic in a way. All right,
go ahead. What's the critique?
You say high value, right? Now, when I look at value, I'm looking at the definition of the word value. It says the regard that something is held as deserved, important, worth, usefulness of something, a person's principles or standards of behavior, or one's judgment. Now, I can see a person can be high value and not necessarily have the money. Now, I can, according to your definition, I wouldn't consider myself a high value when it comes to money, but I would consider myself a high value when it comes to my moral standards, because I keep the Most High first. And
all right, so okay, but you could be a man of God. You can have a high moral standard, but does the world look at men like that as high value? See, the thing about value, man, the market decides.
Mm-hmm.
Do people around you consider you a high value man?
I mean, if they would listen to me and listen to my viewpoints of the world and my moral views of things, I think
that's not how the world works, man. This is if you look at the way I've laid it out. See, that's why the whole visibility component there. See, what I'm hearing from all you guys is you all are wedging yourselves into this high value thing, and you're inflating your value.
So it has to be with money.
No, well, you can't be high. Okay. Do you think when people in the world say high value, they're talking about a man who's an average earner?
Probably not.
Then yes, it starts with money.
But you have to have a high moral standard. And
no, sir. No, sir. Logic. You just said when they say high value man in the world, do you think they're talking about a man who's an average earner? Your logic kicked in and you said probably not, which means no. And now you're going to basically contradict and say, but no, it starts with money.
Okay, I can understand that when you say worldly, but what
about value? Like, you read the definition of value in a marketplace. Mm-hmm. The world is a marketplace. Would you agree or disagree?
I would agree that the world is definitely a marketplace.
Then, in a marketplace, who decides value? The seller or the buyer?
I would have to say wow, wait a minute. I would say the buyer.
The buyer, i.e. the world.
Yeah, the buyer.
So the world determines your value. You present yourself to the world and they just say, this is where we value you.
But wouldn't that be kind of like lessening your moral standards?
It has nothing to do with more. Okay, you're making a moral argument. What about people who are atheist, agnostic, or don't believe in a God? What are people who are just black pill pragmatic?
Then the value, I guess it would definitely be money.
No, what I'm saying is high value is cross-cultural, cross any time. You're making moral arguments, and that's subjective to your moral compass. There are some people who are the most high. So is that what?
I would say Allah.
Hebrew Israelite. What is
Allah?
Okay, the most. All right. So what about What about Buddhist, Hindus?
Well, I mean,
they have a different. My point is morals are maybe. You can have a moral component after you have the other components. See, it's not to say you cannot be a high value man and have morals, but just because you have morals does not make you high value.
But what about principles? Wouldn't you have to have principles?
Sir, you can have all that stuff, but you still have, again, the 6 basic points I said, you haven't refuted them. You're saying, well, what about these? You still can't take from this. This is not Jenga. Take from over here. What makes a high value man? A man who has morals and principles? Good. You could be Caine walking in Kung Fu, and that's not going to make you a high value man.
Well, what if some young men don't have that ability to make $10,000 a month?
Then they don't. Here's the cold hard reality. The world does not look at them as a high value man.
Mm-hmm. So how could a brother like that, just say for instance?
Okay, all right. I got to get to other callers. Hold on, man. I got to get to other callers. But see, the thing is, you may not like what I'm saying, but you know it's true. If a brother like that doesn't have it, well, here's the thing. If he wants to be considered high value, he's going to have to do what he needs to do to get up there.
It sounds like a lot of money and a lot of income. It makes you
what you live in a capitalistic country, and there is a class system.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay. Did you go to college?
Yes, I did go to college.
You got a 4-year degree?
Yes.
Why didn't you just go to high school?
Good point. Yeah, because I kind of wanted to excel in my education.
Thank you. See, we understand it. We just don't like it.
I'm not gonna say I don't
no,
like
we understand. No, what we're saying, we understand it. But most guys, here's what I'm hearing more often than not: most guys who have a problem with the concept classify themselves as a high value man or a high value potential man, and that's fine. But the world, where do you rank in your profession, in your job, in your income level? There's a ranking, and what we're showing is that you may want to rank higher than you currently are.
Okay,
That's
so
why I say you also can't be high value in your 20s. You have to work, gain.
Okay, so you're saying you have to work.
All right, man. I got to get on through. But ask your final question.
I'm saying, so you have to work your way up to being a high value male.
Yes, that's what all of the high value men have to do.
And
no one's born high
that's
value.
Money, right?
Yes, one of the components is money.
Okay.
I mean, you went to college because you wanted to make more money.
That's correct.
So you went and invested. They didn't give it to you for free. You had to pay for it.
Right.
And in order to, did you take out loans?
I did.
All right. So in order to pay those loans back, you have to do what? You have to work a job to make money. Right.
Or have your own business to make
money. Still work. You still have to earn money.
You have to earn, right.
So you had to pay. This is not a complicated concept. We're trying to overcomplicate it because I think a lot of guys are trying to increase their value. And I think it's funny that a lot of guys laugh when women call themselves 8s and 9s when they're 4s and 5s. I'm like, but then it's like, well, you got a value too. And where is it? And it's not up to me to determine what it is or what it isn't. I just said high value. High value's there. It's always been there.
You know, Kev, I think I understand what you mean. And I kind of feel in my own self, I want to kind of combat what you're saying, but then it's like, dang, I just got to keep working and I just got to move my level up.
You don't have to do it. Here's the thing. You don't have to do anything, but you can't not do the work and have the stuff and call yourself something. Can a woman call herself a boss, a diva, and a queen if she's not got the stuff to go along with it?
Yeah, I heard that show that you had, and
all right,
absolutely not. No.
All right, thank you. That's all I'm trying to say to guys. Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Shout out to the caller. I mean, all right. Go ahead. Hello? Barely. Go ahead. What's your first name? Do you have YouTube playing in the background? All right, dude, you sound like you're very far away and I have to get on to the next person. You need to fix your audio though. Okay. All right. So, Mike, unmute yourself. Hello. No problem. Go ahead. What do you got for me on the topic?
I thought your topic this evening was very interesting. Been listening to you for a little bit now. And regarding the subject of high value, I have 3 points or 3 criteria I want to add to that here. Okay, so I'm not monitoring your YouTube stream, but so I can't see the list. But I want to add that high value is a mental thing more so than a material thing. I don't make a lot of money. I'm sort of I'm considering myself a minimalist, but I do work in a field where I'm around a lot of VIP type people. And what I've learned over my experience in my career is high value comes with your ability to influence. If you can influence someone, then you are high value.
Okay, so let me stop you right there. You said high value is not a material thing?
It can be, but material items can be here today and gone tomorrow.
Yeah, but you also can have a great mindset and be homeless. There are a lot of professors and brilliant people on the streets right now. Are they high value?
They're not high value from a materialistic standpoint.
No, sir. No, sir. You basically just did what all the other callers did. You said, I'm not high value, and then put yourself from a material standpoint, from a money standpoint, and then proceeded to put yourself into a high value category, not making the first mark. And I've done this with caller after caller after caller. Would the world, the market, consider a man who is an average earner a high value man?
No.
Then money has to, I need you to listen right here. Then money has to be a part of the equation. You cannot get over that.
Perception is a part of the equation.
Excuse me?
Can I give you an analogy?
Well, no. Well, you just said the world, which is the marketplace, and the market decides value, would not say an average earning man is high value, regardless of his mindset. Sorry, it's just not, you can't get around it.
Can I give you an analogy?
You can give me an analogy, you can give me one-off anecdotal things, but the larger thing is the majority. So I really prefer to not go into this person, the analogy that works for your one-off anecdotal situation. The money is a component. See, everybody's not supposed to be in high value just because they think highly of themselves or they're influential. Like I said, there are people on the streets right now who people think highly of, but they're not high value.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I believe there's a little bit more to it. I think there's a higher tier of high value. I think that your tier
a higher tier evaluated by who?
By the universe.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't know where the universe banks, and I don't know how the universe, I don't think I operate or interact with the universe. I operate and interact with people. So that what you're saying very well could be true, but it is not something that we can quantify. We keep making these moral, principled arguments, and that's not how the world that you and I live in works.
I understand where you're coming from, but what you have in your bank account could come and go today or tomorrow.
It could.
So in order to rebuild,
but it doesn't change the fact that it still needs to. It doesn't change the fact that it still needed to be there. Look, man, I get that you don't like it, but you just said the world would not consider an average earning man high value, and now you're arguing against it. You can't be of two minds on this thing, man.
No, I'm of one mind on it, but I'm looking at it from a perspective that's a little bit.
Okay, does the world share your perspective? Oh, do you think the majority of the world or the majority of the populace shares your perspective?
It could be, maybe.
No. Do you think so? Do you? No, sir. I just asked you. Would you think that the world would consider an average earning man high value? You said no. So I'm asking you, that very same world that you answered that question for, do you think they share your perspective on value of men? I
think that it's 50-50.
Okay.
I think it's all about perception.
I would love to. Okay, then. If you honestly believe it's 50-50, then that means you so it's neither here or there. That's a very nuanced academic way of looking at things, but it totally does not line up with observable, livable reality. We don't live in a lab, and we don't live in theory. There is a ranking system, sir.
Mr. Shames, I understand exactly what you're saying, But my point is, if you lost what you have today or tomorrow, it will take your mental mindset to get you back to what you lost and where you should be.
Yes, but you also can have a mental mindset and never earn that money. So it doesn't matter. You can be see, I broke this down when I talked about Edison and Tesla. Tesla's technology was better. Tesla was more of a genius. Edison had the contacts and the people skills. Tesla died a tragic death. Edison lived pretty well. See, you guys, let me go ahead and put it up here. I think I still have it. Being right does not make you high value. Being brilliant does not make you high value. If so, Einstein, or not only you say Einstein, Steve Jobs made this, the Steve Jobs character in Pirates of Silicon Valley made the same argument to Bill Gates. Steve, our technology is better. Steve, I'm smarter. Steve, I work harder. And he's Bill Gates' character, after beating him, besting him, and when winning, said, Steve, you still think that matters? It's not an academic thing, man. It starts with money. It starts with money, and you and I both know that.
I don't think, I have to disagree with you.
But you can't. You said it's okay. All right. We can go back and forth. All right, we can go back and forth. You said it started with money, and then you're saying it doesn't. Okay, you're. All right.
I don't think it starts with money. I really don't think it
starts ends. It's part of. Okay, man. It's in the component. Now you're saying you disagree with what you said 5 minutes ago.
It does not start with money. It starts with your mindset.
Great. Can you have the mindset and not have the money?
The mindset creates the money.
No, it does not create the money, because there are people that have the mindset that don't have the money. Talent is wasted every day.
Right. That comes down to your ability to influence.
That's bullshit. It comes down to your ability to do the work and produce the results. There are people who are brilliant who never maximize or get a return on what their God-given gifts for. You cannot make that argument, man, that just because you have the mind, you'll get the resources.
I don't know any personally, but okay, I'll take your word for it.
But if that's the case, then if that's the case, then if it's a mindset first, then I guess the country and the world is run by geniuses.
I did not say that. I said the mindset. Mindset
well,
is...
good. Well, okay, the mindset. Okay, do you have the mindset?
For what?
To make the money.
I have the mindset to do whatever I want to do.
Okay. Do you have the mindset to make the financial money? Do you have the mindset that you're talking about that precedes the resources?
If I choose to, that is, yes, I do.
No, sir. Just a very simple question. It's a yes or no. Do you have the mindset that you're talking about that precedes the acquisition of the resources?
Yes, I do.
Do you have, okay, then at this point, why don't you have the resources?
I have the resources.
You said right there, you said at the beginning, you don't fall into the financial category of high value man.
I don't, because it's not important. I live in the LA area, okay?
All right. Circular argument. Circular argument. Now it's becoming more clear. We have guys who think of themselves one way, and you're entitled to think the best of yourself. But when you walk out of your door, reality hits you. When I was working and doing what I had to do to get my business started, I knew I had the potential. I knew my mind was this, but the world, it's just not worked that way, man. All right. So this is getting circular. This is becoming very circular. Oh, I've already talked to you. Isaiah, go ahead. Yes. I need you to mute my channels in the background and everything like that, dude. All right. I'm starting to see what's going on here. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Isaiah. All right. What do you have on the top? What do you have on the topic?
I pretty much agree with everything that's on the list except for one thing, and that is the actual money projections.
Okay, well then I'm sorry. Moderators, anytime you see Pablo De Jesus come up in the chat room, moderators, ban him. Moderators, anytime you see this Pablo person, ban them. I don't know who, and if I see somebody unbanning him, you're banned. All right, you don't agree with the money piece.
The reason for it, because
okay, hold on. What is a high value man in your opinion?
A high value man, based on the sake of the discussion, is someone who's making about $400K a year. And
I said, what is your definition? Does you disagree with the money piece?
It's having the money, and also having the masculine frame and the collective understanding of everything.
Sir. Just be on the same. You said you disagree with the money part.
Right, because you listed 10K a month as far as Atlanta. Even with 10K a month, that's still not high value as far as being in a high class earning rate.
I never said that. I said that's the starting point.
Okay, well, starting point. Well, then that's cool. I can accept that. But in terms of being totally labeled high value male, you have to be in an actual high class category.
Meaning what?
A high earner of 400K plus.
Where do you live?
Right now, I live in Chicago. You know, I'm a econ major in my last semester. But the thing is, I have a long way to work up to that point.
Hold on. You don't seem to disagree with the concept of a high value man then. You're just basically trying to say
the whole concept I don't disagree with.
All right then. So
just the money.
Okay. Well, but you misunderstood. No, stop. I got to get to the people who disagree. But see, you misheard what I'm saying. I never said that that's the top. I said it's where it starts. Thank you. You guys, I think some of you guys are just calling in to be contrarians. I never said, oh, well, you got to make $10,000 a month. So if you're $1 million a month, you're not high value. What the fuck sense does that even make? GE, go ahead and unmute yourself. I can. Your first name is? Go ahead.
It is twofold. First of all, to me, it doesn't seem like it includes people that are introverted. You seem to label them as antisocial, but some people are just naturally introverted. Hold
on. When did I say it didn't include people who are introverted?
Well, for example, group acceptance, network visibility, utility, those types of attributes are usually more ascribed to extrovert.
No, it's not. Group acceptance just means you are one of the high value men. There are introverts and extroverts all throughout high value. Network, that doesn't mean you get out and go network and party and be a social butterfly. That just means you have high value contacts and you have other people that are in your group that you have influence over. But yes, there is a component of being useful. You cannot be by yourself, not useful to anyone, and be high value to the market.
And then visibility, I don't ascribe that with introverts.
Well, what did I mean by visibility?
Position and income are linked in level. How does that definition
I'm the head of cardiac. I'm vice president of mergers and acquisition of Bank of America for the last 10 years. You kind of have an idea of who I am and what I do.
And so,
look, do you understand what I just said? Do you understand what I just said?
I'm sorry?
Do you understand what I just said?
Yes, I understand what you said.
Position and income are LinkedIn level. You familiar with what LinkedIn is? I'll explain what I'm talking about if you're not.
I took it as the website, but you can elaborate.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 33.
Are you? What do you do for a living?
I work from home. I work for one of the campaigns. I don't want to make it public, but I make $50K a year, but my household is.
Okay, so let me stop you right here. At 33 years old, if you're a business person, I would think you know what LinkedIn is.
The website?
Yes.
Yeah. I said that.
All right. So go ahead.
And then my second issue is that a lot of these attributes are ascribed to the world as a marketplace as you described it, but the world is also a changing place. So right now, for example,
human beings are the same as we've always been.
So right now, well, let me just
human beings are the same. No, sir. The world is a marketplace, but human beings have evolved the way we've evolved. We're not special. And like I said, go back in any time in history, high value men have always separated themselves from the lower value men.
But societies change, civilizations change.
Okay, and that doesn't change the fact of value.
So, for example, my problem was we're in a highly gynocentric time right now.
All right, no. This has nothing to do with gynocentrism. This has nothing to do with women. High value men. See, what you don't see, what I'm trying to get you to understand is high value men are competitive, productive, driven, and they're winners. And those four characteristics mean that even if they are average earners, they don't stay average for long.
So can I ask you a question? If you, Kevin Samuels, if the stock market crashed tomorrow and you lost your investments and assets, would you no longer be high value?
Again, I've answered this question. So if you lose it, high value men can gain it again. This is why guys like Jeff Bezos don't complain when they get divorced. They can always make it over. It's a scarcity mentality. See, you guys get hung up on money as if, just because you have money, that's just one of the markets, just one of the benchmarks. You can't be high value and homeless. See, what you're really basically saying to me is you just have a problem with the concept of high value. So are all men equal? Are we all the same? Is there no ranking between men?
There is ranking between men.
Okay, if there's ranking between men, are there some that are higher and some that are lower?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then what would you call the men that are higher?
I would base that upon...
What would you call them?
What would I call them?
Yeah, so what would you classify them as?
Higher ranking men.
Higher ranking. So change the words higher ranking and high value. Same thing. Thank you. You motherfuckers just calling in to be contrarians. You see, what I have not had is a bunch of guys who are actually making the money. I got a bunch of guys, most of the guys are like, I'm making 50,000 and I got a problem with what you're saying. All right. It's not really about money. Okay. And then you proceed to tell me it's about money. Am I missing this? I mean, chat room. Has any guy come in tonight who said it's not about money and then turned around and contradicted themselves and said money is a component and then went around and said, yeah, but money doesn't matter. Or you could lose it. All right. So, yeah, what do we got here, dude? You were on the other night. Do you have a? Are you a detractor? Unmute yourself. Hello. Unmute yourself. Are you a detractor? On the okay, I'm only doing the detractor of the argument tonight. Okay, but do you have a? Are you against the position of high value?
Said high value. I looked at it and like being Caribbean, I didn't see it like I didn't see it as that. That's what I'm saying. Because being Caribbean, like I literally didn't see the full your full rundown on high value is completely correct, and it's just to see it outlined and see it in front is it's just kind of new to me. But
all right, but where do you live?
I live in DC, but
how long have you been living in DC?
Life, I've been in DC for 2 years.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of value around there. Okay. Well, I'm taking the people who are detractors, though. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Right. Have a good day.
All right. Look. I got to say something. 3 or 4 months ago, Ramil Amir and I did a show called The Lion's Den. And it was like the Shark Tank meets The Voice. And for about 8 weeks, we did a show where we were going to be, it was a business show. But we ended up having to shut it down because honestly, only in 8 weeks, only like 2-3 people came through there of dozens of guys who were really in business or really even halfway knew what they were talking about. Okay. And I thought it was not a good look. And there was some knockdown, drag out arguments. And honestly, that show was kind of a forerunner to some of the things that I've done as of late. But one thing that I'm seeing here tonight across the board is the men who seem to have the problem with value, high value men, do not like that there is a financial mark. Mark number one, they don't like it. I don't like that it's about money. So I said you can't be high value and homeless. You keep trying to make these moral, principled, masculine arguments. You can be masculine as you want to be. That does not make you a high value man. This is a market-based. See, I think it's interesting that we can make all these market-based arguments about hypergamy and this holds across the board. Now, back in the day when we had feudalism, monarchies, when we actually had static classes, if you were born into the lower class, you could not move any further. You may have been the best farmer, thatcher, cobbler, butcher, blacksmith, but you were stuck. And capitalism is not perfect, but it's the best system people have come up with today. And people are pretty much the same. And this whole thing is, we know this. If you went to college, there's a reason you didn't go to junior college to get your degree. You went to that expensive state school or that privates or that Ivy League because there is a value difference in the market with your degree. We understand that. You have a bachelor, you graduated from Prairie View A&M in engineering. It is not going to hold the same weight as if you graduated from Stanford or MIT. Or if you graduate from Prairie View A&M, mechanical engineering does not hold the same weight if you graduated from the University of Texas or the University of Michigan. mechanical engineering. And those two don't have the same weight as if you graduated from University of California, or Stanford, or Caltech, or MIT. We know this. Why would you go to Princeton or Harvard if you could get the same kind of opportunities and outcomes from Rose State Junior College? Why do you go to Harvard? Because 2 + 2 = 4 is different in the Harvard textbooks? No, because Harvard has a network. Harvard is more visible. Harvard has a higher market value. I'm not going to go back and forth with this anymore because I have not heard one person tonight. And honestly, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I really don't. And I will say this to anybody who watches the video, anybody who wants to do response to the video, anybody who thinks I'm wrong, have at it. But I'm going on about what I'm talking about because there is a ranking system. We know what this is. All men are not created equal. We all have different gifts, but if you want different outcomes, if you want improved outcomes, improved opportunities, then one of the best ways to ensure that is to increase your value. And see, it really bothers me that guys are sitting here trying to say that, hey, it should be this way. Okay, I'm not going to make the moral argument that teachers and senators are both family men. I'm not going to make that moral argument because when I go out into the real world, I know that this man and this man are not viewed equally in the world. Doesn't matter how important this person is. That's why I've heard this thing about the teacher, and that's like I said, well, the trash man and the janitor are very valuable to society. Some of the most disgusting jobs that no one wants to do are the jobs that society needs the most. No one considers those things high value. Competitive, productive, ambitious winners. A man who is competitive and productive will always separate himself from guys who are content. A man who is competitive and productive will always separate himself from guys who are content and regular, because a competitive person is going to continue to try to become better. Competitive leans itself towards excellence, which lends itself towards winning, which is why success can be studied. And successful men share lots of the similar traits and characteristics. Early risers, coaches, these kind of things. And the only issue it seems to be is that honestly, there are guys who want to consider themselves more than the market says they are. And here's the thing. You can think whatever you want of yourself. I'm not going to say one thing or not. And I'm not going to say you're not worth it. But just like you expect women to know their worth, know where they rank. Some of you guys, man. So here's the next thing. Let me also say this too. This isn't about any particular content creators. This is about stuff I keep hearing about, this whole high value thing. I'm amazed at how many I don't even want to say it, how many brothers that have a problem with this concept. And all right, then what's the alternative? Productive, competitive, ambitious, driven, winning. What's the alternative? Like I said, it's not a white standard. There's only one standard: excellence. What are you winning at? What in your life as a man are you excellent at? What are you tops at? What are you best at? What are you a subject matter expert? Where are you influential, a mover and a shaker? Where are you top dog? Where are you a winner? High value men are winners. Again, this has nothing to do with when I laughed about Jerome, mouthpiece, and game, and masculinity, and frame, and gynocentrism. I mean, it's women, and keep trying to make it about something and it's not. It is about competition between men. This is about competition between men. And to the victor goes the spoils. Higher value men are more attractive to women, and men admire higher value men. Women desire higher value men. So here's where we're going to go. This is the last conversation I want to have on this, because I don't like where this is going. My suggestion is this, a modest suggestion. If you don't like what I have to say, don't watch it. But responding to me, and you're not if you're going to respond to me, you need to know what I'm talking about. But like anything else, it's trending right now, so it's like, well, I'm going to say this. Next week, we get back into the swing of things. Because now the movement is this. High value is here to stay. And I love it. I love it. I love it because even if it was called Snuggly Tumps, I've always been a certain kind of guy. I've always been a driven, competitive guy who wants to win. So call it what it is. But now we're going to go to the next level, increasing your value. And that's where the real content starts, because here's where it is. Men see where they rank, women see where they rank, men see where they rate, women see where they rate. Everyone sees it. Now, the people who are on the top are winning. They got more access. They have more opportunities. They're the champions right now, as it were. And the people at the bottom are hungry. But what about the people who feel like, I'm so far away from there, I can never win. Now it's talking about increasing your value. Let's use sports for an example. When you were the 15-0 or 16-0 New England Patriots, they still got beat by a Giants team. But in that same league, there was a team that was 1-15. I think it was Cleveland. When you're 1-15, if you can get to 8-8, that's a damn well improvement. You may not be a Super Bowl champ, but at least you're not a loser. You've increased your franchise's value. Thank you, sir. You've increased your franchise's value. Are you increasing your value year over year? Men, are you increasing your value? 2020 is we're at the final stretch of 2020. Has your value increased? If not, got work to do. You got work to do. Money being high value is the first standard, and it's the broadest standard. We're over here quibbling between, and I gotta say it too, guys. You guys are quibbling about $10,000 a month when there are people who make that in their day. What was that woman's name on this recent OnlyFans? Bella Thorne. Bella Thorne made $2 million in 2 days on OnlyFans. and we're arguing over $10,000 a month, due respect, fam, that number's really low. Because 100,000, six figures has been with us since 84, 85. If that number were adjusted to just keep up with inflation and cost of living, it would really be closer to $254,000 a year. It would really be closer to $22,000 a month, not 10. But since six figures is spit out so much and in the collective consciousness, a man that makes over six figures gets a ticket in the hat. If you want to be a high value man, you want to be thought of as a high value man, do the work. That's it. Do the work. If you want people to say, oh, so-and-so's a high value man, or so-and-so's a high value man, do the work. Because you can't just say, I'm a high value man. It's like calling yourself an alpha. I'm alpha. All right. Where are you living alpha in your life? All right. So here we go. Appreciate everybody calling in. This is, I don't like the vibe and I don't like the energy of these shows. Let me go ahead and read some of the things. But I'm going to say this, and I need to be 100% clear. I want to be deadly clear. Please give me 2 minutes. If you have never heard my position on white collar and blue collar in the military and things like that, I've said it on my channel before. I have nothing but the utmost respect for blue collar men. I've said it before. White collar men wouldn't be shit without blue collar men. The world would not exist as we know it without blue collar men. Blue collar men deserve far more credit than they get and far more respect than our country, our world, our society gives them. I acknowledge that. But I can't change the marketplace. What I can do is I will tell you that there are blue collar men who do some of the hardest, grittiest, grimiest jobs during the sunlight, and then in the evening times or on the weekends, they're rubbing shoulders with the most muckety muck of blue bloods and outdoing them at the blue blood games. Those men are high value men. You don't have to put on a shirt and tie and a suit to go to work to be a high value man. Most high earners are entrepreneurs or business owners. They don't wear a shirt and tie. The business owners. One of the surest ways to increase your income is to not work in corporate America and own your own business and employ people. That is one of the surest ways to increasing your value. So knock it off. It's not about me in a tuxedo and candles and fragrance and lights and shit. It's not that. Never has been. So if you guys hear somebody making that BS argument about me, you've heard it from my mouth. It's a lie. It's a lie from the pit of hell, and I rebuke it. Microphone, moderators, do we do? Dude, you got a sorry lifestyle. This dude is a sorry little thing. Anyway, moderators, I've already told you what to do with this person. Anytime you see him come in there, just shoot him. All right. So, guys, we got to get up out of here. Apparently I'm a magnet for guys who are disgruntled with their lives. I would be upset if I were you too. I mean, God. But what are you going to do? Shout out to all the hit squad, the Henrys in training, the high earners not rich yet. That's where we're tacking towards. The guys are between 18 and 35. The Henrys in training, the high earners not rich yet. The guys who are saying, all right, man, what do I do? In your 20s are your setup years. Your 20s are the years you need to keep your head down, focus, and set yourself up for the rest of your life. It's only over if you quit. And ladies, there's a high value component in there for you too, but it's completely different than the men. There's a way to increase your value as well. And that's a broader conversation. This high value thing, if nothing else, it is a very narrow conversation because it's only for a certain percentage of men, like the top 10% of men or top 15%. And it's only for like the top 20 to top 25% of women. We're going to broaden the tent when we talk about increasing the value. And therein lies possibility, hope, and potential. Till the next time, we are up out of here. Peace. We're going to have to get out of here. I got stuff to do. We are. You know how we go right there. Oh, man, the iPad is cool. I like the iPad. We are gone. Shout out to the Hit Squad. Hashtag IV. Hashtag IV. What is that? It's the IV movement. Increased value. Mr. Research, I didn't see you in there. Do a show next week. I need to get you to slide through, man. The iPad, yeah, the iPad is here, man. This thing is cool, man. You gotta learn how to use it, though. So tell you thank you guys. Oh, announcements, that's right. Join me on Patreon for videos you will only see there. We're starting back up next week, Mondays at 6:30 with the Patreon only live stream. Patreon only live stream. Thank you for guys on the Patreon for making this happen, making it possible to do what we do. You guys are dope. All right. Next, join me on Instagram in the frat room for videos you will only see there. When they're up, when they're up, when they're gone, they're gone. Email your show ideas to info@bykevinsamuels.com or go to bykevinsamuels.com to book your, go to scheduling and book your one-on-one personal advice, virtual consult, or just generalized hour. Also, guys, subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you get the notifications. Turn them all on. But respect my inbox. If you want to remix something, I'm a PhD, the dog sound. I'm looking for a little Roman Rome. Keeping it fun, guys. Keeping it light. Tonight's show was arguably not something I like to do. It's not the mood. It's not the vibe. But I needed to say what I needed to say on the subject because we are moving on in. You have a great weekend. Tomorrow is Suit Saturday. I want to see you guys out there looking good in your suits. Ladies, tomorrow's Skirt Saturday. I want you to see you out there looking good, smelling good in your skirt. Get out, dominate, win. The world is yours. Make a change, take a chance. Peace out.